It's Reezy, owner of the Reason Sports Network, reporting live at the Reason Sports Center. We have breaking news. TMZ leaked the video of 4-star running back Jermaine McLeod punching his old teammate Nelson Sims in the face. McLeod is a 4-star running back that plays for St. Francis Academy in Baltimore, Maryland. Last year, he played running back for IMG Academy in Florida, but during the offseason, he announced that he would be transferring. At first, I thought Jermaine was transferring so he can get more touches at St. Francis because they were a run-first offense, but now I'm learning that it's more to the story. He was also kicked off of the football team. This stems from an incident that happened at the high school national championship game. IMG was the #1 ranked team in the nation going up against Mater Dei, the #2 ranked team in the nation. Nelson Sims, the quarterback for IMG, threw 3 interceptions in this game. He also threw 20 plus interceptions throughout the entire season. He also had 4 and 5-star targets to throw to. What made Jermaine really mad is that Nelson kept on checking out of run plays in favor of pass plays. This caused a lot of shouting matches and arguments in the locker room and in the film room. Jermaine kept his calm throughout the season though. His teammates and his coaches helped keep him focused and kept his anger issues at bay for the most part, except for the occasional practice fights here and there. But it seemed like Jermaine had his breaking point during the national championship game, a game that he wanted more than anything. The quarterback threw 3 interceptions, yet they were still in position to win the ball game, but they ended up losing to Mater Dei, and that made Jermaine angry. Very angry. On top of that, Sims kept on checking out of run plays, and Jermaine only got 9 carries throughout the entire game, never really getting a chance to get in the rhythm. Jermaine would let it be known that he needed to talk with Nelson after the game. Nelson kept on ducking Jermaine, but Jermaine stayed in the locker room waiting for Nelson to come in there. And mind you, this national championship game was played at the Reason Dome, which is right next to where we are currently. The locker rooms in the Reason Dome were being renovated, so I had the IMG players' lockers at the Reason Sports Center, and some footage from after the game that day was leaked, and I'll say that it was disturbing. Nelson knows that Jermaine has anger issues. He's seen him fight multiple guys at practice, so when he prepared to confront Jermaine, he put on his helmet. Watch the footage right here. The audio transcripts has Jermaine asking Nelson, "Why the f you keep on checking out of run plays? You the reason why we lost the natty." Nelson then says, "I didn't like the look. You didn't even average 4 yards per carry today." Jermaine then says, "B word, A word, N word, give me the effing ball," and then he punches him. This is such a crazy way for a guy to leave a school, and this is going to make the St. Francis versus IMG game more interesting, but hopefully this doesn't slow down Jermaine McLeod's career. I think he has a lot of potential and he can go to the NFL, but he definitely needs to get his act together off of the field. A lot of coaches in the high school football world and the college scouts told me Jermaine has anger issues, and sometimes those anger issues can be on the football field and be off the football field. Hopefully he can get everything situated because he's going through a multitude of things right now. Before his last game against Miramar High School, he had an issue with his baby mother up to Baltimore. Jermaine was having problems with his baby mother in Baltimore, but she's not from Baltimore. She's from his hometown in Cordele, Georgia. She's 18 years old and they grew up in the same neighborhood. She went up to Baltimore from Georgia for this #1 versus #2 matchup. He went to her Airbnb, everything was all good, and then they proceeded to have an argument. Jermaine wasn't looking at her, he was kind of tuning her out as well, which made her mad, and then this happened. Even though Jermaine's going through it off of the football field, on the football field, everything is going well for him. He's building relationships with college football stars like Andrew Rice. Both of these guys played at St. Francis Academy. Also, not to mention, Jermaine is also leading all high school football rushers in rushing. And he's #2 on the Gatorade National Player of the Year award watch list. He also went on an Alabama visit with some Alabama recruits. And Jermaine got the experience at SEC Stadium on Saturdays. Junior 4-star running back Jermaine McLeod Rumor is out there that Jermaine will be reclassifying and he'll be a senior this year. But Jermaine is one of the best players in the country. In my opinion, he should be a 5-star recruit at the end of this year. But the only problem with Jermaine McLeod is that he has some off the field concerns. But let's be real, SEC schools love them some players with some character concerns. He just needs some good mentors to help keep him in check and he'll be good. Before the game started, Jermaine and some of the other recruits on the visit would try on the uniforms and have themselves a photo shoot. After that, Jermaine joined them inside the Coliseum. After that, they waited, talked to some people, met some new people, and a couple hours later, they would make their way over to Bryant-Denny Stadium, where the Alabama Crimson Tide would take on the Akron Zips. And everyone expected this game to be a blowout, and they were right. Jermaine got a chance to admire the offensive line play from Alabama, while Josh got to admire the offensive line play and the excellent receivers that the Tide had. They got a front row seat to see this amazing play made by Darius Thomas Jr., a subscriber to the channel. Hopefully Jermaine will bounce back after his situation was leaked. And if you want to make a character on this channel, then make sure you watch this. You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. You can also view your player's season and career stats online. The link will be in the description. I also added a social media feature for the universe to be more immersive. The link to that video will also be in the description. If you don't have Patreon but you still want to be featured on the channel more, then make sure you're active in the comment section. You being consistently active reminds me to put you on the channel in some way. When you submit a form, your character will be put in the universe. You can see yourself in a live stream or video when teams play, but it's highly unlikely that you'll see me controlling your player throughout a game if you don't have Patreon. Signing up with Patreon gives you control over attributes, accessories, gives you a GTA face, control over your backstory, and you'll be one of the best players in the universe. If you want to see the best athlete in high school football get 3 picks in one game, then click this video right here. Or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, or you can subscribe to the Patreon.